One of the most important things that I learned as a pastor over the past, let's say, 2, 3 decades is how to manage your time as it relates to people. And then you need a lot of wisdom on this because there's a lot of people asking for your time, and you only have limited time, and then you have your family, and then you have yourself to take care of. And people in the ministry and people who are Christians and really we want to help people are often overextended. We have a lot of acquaintances, but then the relationships may not be very deep, and we may feel so guilty about it because we're not influencing more people. I'm going to tell you a very, very important observation that you can see in the ministry of Jesus and also in human experience. When you study the ministry of Jesus, it's obvious that he is showing grace and he is caring for everybody he meets. There seems to be not a person who legitimately seeks help from Christ that he gives it to them. But when you go another level, there is a level of his disciples, much smaller group, 12 people. And then of the disciples, there was the inner circle. And so what in the world is this inner circle? I didn't know there was an inner circle. Well, to look at the when Jesus is transfigured, okay? I believe it's in Matthew. There's Peter, James, and John. Why those three? Shouldn't he brought the whole the lot? Maybe he should have brought everybody, everyone he's ever ministered to. No, this is a very, very interesting principle. You show grace to all people. You're courteous, But then there's a level of an inner circle, and then even a tighter level of the closest associates. The British anthropologist Robin Dunbar came up with something called Dunbar's number. And he said the human brain is only capable of 150 relationships. Now, we could say, what are these relationships? People that, you'd say hi to, their names and things like that. But he said when it gets to the next circle of what we call friends, he said, what are friends? People you would invite to a wedding, let's say. Who are those people? You're not going to invite everyone, You're going to invite your friends, okay? And Dunbar estimated there's about 50 people that you have and recognize as friends. Now, these are not hard and fast numbers. If you're an extrovert, you have a little bit more. If you're an introvert, you have a little less. If you are a woman, you have more. If you're a man, you might have a little less. If you're younger, you might have a little bit more. If you're old, you might have a little less. But they're very interesting principles. Now, from the 50 friends, we now have close friends. And Dunbar reduces that to 15. People you trust, people you can rely upon. Because all friends, you invite them to a wedding, will you rely upon them? Can you trust them? It's a different level. Then there's the close bond. And Dunbar puts it at about 5 people. Your spouse, your best friends, okay? Or your best friend. Now, this is really important in terms of life and time management. You see, one of the things that Christians often have is this guilt that they're not helping everybody they meet. They have this Messiah complex. It's impossible to even have the time to care equally for everyone you meet. You can't give it up. Only Jesus is the Messiah. And even he had this sort of hierarchical tier of the inner circle. You need to do that. It might free you from guilt that you place upon yourself because you cannot say no to people. Understand that. Understand also in terms of ministry, church ministry, that ministries that focus upon broad, let's reach hundreds, thousands of people, and don't delve into the inner, tighter circles of close friends that we have and sort of have these big events will never be successful in terms of evangelism. Because I think there was a recent study that people come to Christ, 75 to 90% of people who come to Christ come because of a relationship they have with the person who is sharing the message. Understand that. In America, we go for the bake, more people, we're going to get a percentage of people. That's not how God works. He works through relationships that we have, and we can spiritually influence just a limited number of people. Let's take away the casual friend, okay? And we have the friend, we have the close friend, we have the intimate bond. That's up to the 50 people, okay, that you can influence. This is very, very important for you to know, because now you need to understand this concept of discernment. Discern the time and the energy you place upon those people, because those are the individuals that God has brought within your sphere that you may have a friendship, a fellowship, and a spiritual relationship with. Because you can't do all things, and you don't have all time. But you do have the people that are around you that God has placed. Spend time with them. Be a positive influence. Be a friend to them as they are to you.